You probably think you know everything about Kai Cenat. He's loud, hilarious, and the undisputed king of Twitch. Millions tune in every month just to see what wild thing he's going to do next. But behind all the fame, viral clips, and brand deals, there's a side of Kai that rarely makes the headlines. The allergic reactions that left him gasping for air, the stalker fan who broke into his home with snacks, the lawsuit from someone he once called family, and maybe most surprising of all, how a second mom changed his life forever and set him on the path to stardom. This isn't just a list of fun facts you missed. This is the full picture, the raw, unfiltered truth about Kai Cenat's rise, struggles, controversies, and secret life behind the camera. You've never seen him like this before. It all started in a random stream. Kai and his boys were just messing around, trying to one-up each other in who had more game. One word slipped out: Riz, a made-up term born from Kai's chaotic energy, meant to describe charisma or smoothness when talking to women. Nobody thought much of it, but the internet? Oh, it ran wild. What began as an inside joke on Twitch spiraled into a full-blown cultural takeover. Celebrities dropped it in interviews. It showed up in movie scripts, and then the unthinkable happened. Oxford officially declared Riz their word of the year. Think about that. A slang word created by a 5'3" streamer in his bedroom made it into the dictionary, legitimately. That kind of influence? That's beyond viral. But here's the twist. While Kai invented the word, he ironically struggled to live up to it. When he finally shot his shot with a girl on stream, her reply was painfully brutal. "But we're friends though." The man who gave the world Riz got friend-zoned live. But if you think that moment embarrassed him, think again. Kai took the L, laughed with his audience, and moved on. That's what separates streamers from legends, owning the cringe and still walking like a king. You wouldn't expect the biggest personality on Twitch to have a weakness this soft. Kai Cenat is allergic to dogs. Not just a little sneeze or two allergic. We're talking swollen eyes, tight chest, full-blown allergic reactions. And the worst part? The dude actually loves animals. So imagine his excitement when he met his girlfriend's new puppy, a tiny fluff ball named Six. They spent the whole day playing, cuddling, even giving the dog a bath. It was picture perfect. Until the itching started. Then the wheezing. That cute little puppy turned Kai's whole system upside down. Speed, one of Kai's closest friends, even clowned him for it live. You see a dog, you think pet. Kai sees a dog, he sees a death sentence. It became a running joke, but for Kai, it sucked. He couldn't hang with Speed's dog. He couldn't even be in the same room with some pets. But instead of avoiding animals altogether, Kai did something totally on brand. He leaned in harder. Zebras. Had them in his house twice. Giant pythons? No problem. Goats, chickens, camels, horses, you name it, Kai's probably streamed with it. His chat even met his first ever pet, a hamster named Lil Cat. But even that story didn't end well. Lil Cat escaped, just vanished. And for months, Kai held on to hope that she'd come back. But when it became clear she was gone forever, he gave her an emotional send-off on stream. A tiny creature, but one that brought big feelings. It was one of those rare moments where the chat wasn't spamming L's or memes. They were right there with him, feeling the loss. Turns out, even the funniest streamers have soft spots, and for Kai, it's a mix of fur, friendship, and farewells. Before he became a household name, Kai Cenat had a name he couldn't stand: Peanut. Not a cute nickname, not a term of endearment, just pure disrespect. Growing up nearly bald, neighborhood kids and even his mom's friends would roast him relentlessly. "Yo, Peanut, come here." It stuck, and Kai hated every second of it. But like every other insult life threw his way, he flipped it. Nowadays, he rocks that same shaved head confidence like it's designer drip. But the real drama? That came later, when one of his closest friends actually threatened to sue him. The friend? Agent. The reason? A homemade video game called Escaping Agent. The plot? You had to collect missing hats while dodging a monster that looked exactly like Agent, who literally tried to eat you if he caught you. Now, it was clearly a parody, a joke. But Agent wasn't laughing. On stream, Kai got served with fake legal papers that said he had 14 days to appear in court. And for a second, everyone thought it was real. Agent accused him of slander, reality breach, and even unauthorized game mechanics, whatever that means. Kai's response? He laughed, streamed himself playing the game anyway, and said, "I'm not even profiting off it, bro." It was peak Kai, trolling his friend to the edge of legal action, then clowning on it for millions of viewers. But beneath the laughs, the moment showed something real. How thin the line can be between content and conflict when your life is the content. Because when your jokes make headlines, not everybody's gonna be in on them. Long before the viral streams, diamond plaques, and private jets, Kai Cenat was just a kid trying to stay warm in a New York shelter. His family couldn't afford new clothes, and some years, he only had one pair of shoes to make it through winter. That's the kind of struggle most influencers never talk about. But for Kai, it's not a sob story. It's the fuel behind everything he's built. His mom? A hero. She held everything together when it looked like they had nothing. Kai still remembers the shelter sheets she kept for years, a silent reminder of how far they've come. So when people see him now pulling in $400,000 a month on Twitch, they're only seeing half the story. He's got 5.6 million followers and 81,000 paying subscribers. Do the math, and you're looking at about $4.8 million a year. But that's just the surface. In 2024 alone, reports showed he actually made closer to $8.5 million. And in 2025, hackers leaked that his income has exploded to a jaw-dropping $2 million per month. With that kind of money, most people would cash out, sign every brand deal, and retire by 30. But when Kai was offered $60 million to join Kick, a platform desperate to steal him from Twitch, he turned it down. Why? Not all money is good money, he said. If it don't make sense, I'm not doing it. That one decision told the world everything they needed to know. Kai isn't just chasing money, he's building a legacy, and he's doing it on his terms. Not every part of Kai Cenat's story is about struggle or hustle. Some of it is just pure heart. And one of the most powerful chapters, the story of Aunt Kathy. When Kai was still a city kid with dreams bigger than his block, he spent his summers at a camp designed to get kids out of the rough neighborhoods and into nature. No streaming, no Wi-Fi, just trees, cabins, and unfamiliar faces. That's where he met Aunt Kathy, a kind woman who would unknowingly change his life forever, while Kai's biological mom was fighting every day to hold the family together. Aunt Kathy stepped in during those summer breaks with open arms. She gave him everything he needed, but couldn't always afford, from video games to snacks, and eventually, a laptop. That single laptop became the spark that lit the fire. It was the machine Kai used to start editing his very first YouTube videos. Years later, when Kai became one of the biggest creators in the world, he didn't forget. He didn't let the money or fame make him too big to say thank you. Instead, he returned to Aunt Kathy with a camera crew, a recreated photo from his Twitch profile, and, more importantly, a $20,000 check. She didn't want to take it. She cried. He cried. And everyone watching felt it, because this wasn't content. This was real life. "You're like a second mom to me," he told her, holding back tears. "And a lot of things you did for me, I can't even pay back." In a world where most influencers flex with cars and chains, Kai flexed with gratitude. And honestly, that hit harder than any mansion ever could. Scroll through Kai Cenat's Instagram and you'd think he walked straight off the runway. Balenciaga, Bape, moose knuckles, even custom chrome hearts. Kai's closet looks more like a high-end showroom. But when the drip started getting too clean, fans and fellow streamers raised one eyebrow, and then both. "Yo, there's no way he put these fits together himself," some viewers joked. "He's gotta have a stylist." And just like that, the rumors exploded. Other streamers joined the banter, dropping shady one-liners on their own live streams. One even joked, "Let me not call Kai, he's probably on the phone with his stylist right now." The allegations spread so far that during the Grammys, even Kudi made a slick comment saying, "Your stylist texted me," which had Kai visibly confused on camera. Now, Kai never confirmed anything, but whether he's getting help or not, the dude knows how to show up. His jackets have Olympic medals stitched in, his jeans come in velvet-lined boxes, and even his boots look like something out of a superhero movie. And that infamous $6,000 Chrome Hearts biker hat? Yeah, even Kai regrets that one. "What was I thinking?" he admitted. "You can only wear it, like, once." But here's the real kicker. Whether or not he has a stylist, it doesn't even matter anymore. Kai turned fashion into a flex, and the world watched him go from a kid in worn-out sneakers to a man with ice, exclusives, and more confidence than half the red carpet combined. He didn't just change clothes, he changed the game. Before the streaming numbers, before Twitch history, Kai had one dream, and it had nothing to do with gaming. He wanted to be a dancer, and not just any dancer. Breakdancing, moonwalking, spinning across the floor like a one-man music video. That was the vision, and guess what? He never let it go. From goofy dance-offs on stream to polished choreography with the legendary Jabberwockies, Kai didn't just move, he performed. He's battled Chris Brown, vibed on stage at a Nicki Minaj concert, and even turned Twitch chat into a live dance floor. What started as random footwork became a signature trait. His audience never knew when he'd bust a move, and that's exactly why they kept watching. But Kai wasn't done surprising them. After dozens of cinematic skits and a viral short film called Global Pursuit, where he ran around in a towel and dressed like Michael Jackson, it became clear the guy had acting chops too. So when rumors surfaced that he was working with Kevin Hart, fans went ballistic. And it wasn't just a collab, it was a chemistry explosion. The two teamed up for streams, skits, and even a hilarious cypher with comedian Drusky. They filmed what looked like a full-blown movie trailer, and soon after, Kai dropped the news. He'd landed a starring role in a Netflix exclusive called 72 Hours. Not a cameo, not a background character, the main character. So now, the kid who once danced in his bedroom is dancing in Hollywood. From viral memes to feature films, Kai's career isn't just evolving, it's exploding. And he's taking over spaces no one thought a Twitch streamer ever could. Most streamers chase clout. Kai Cenat, he's chasing impact. Sure, he's bought flamethrowers, diamond chains, and even a life-sized robot worth 6 figures. But when you strip away the flex, you find something much bigger. A guy who actually gives back, and not just with cash, but with purpose. Start with Streamer University, an entire program Kai created for up-and-coming creators to level up their skills and build careers like his. He didn't just throw them advice, he gave them a campus to live on, mentors to learn from, and networking opportunities most beginners could only dream of. In an industry where most successful people shut the door behind them, Kai built a school and held it wide open. But it gets deeper. During his record-breaking Mafia on 2 streaming marathon, Kai pledged something nobody expected. 20% of all profits, a huge chunk of his earnings, would go toward building a real school in Nigeria. Not a publicity stunt, a real school. Complete with a soccer field, playground, basketball court, and classrooms built from the ground up. The total cost? Over $2.4 million. Why Nigeria? Because, as he explained, Nigeria is a special place to me. He didn't go into heavy details, but that quiet answer said enough. It mattered to him, and he was going to make sure it got done. Most influencers post donation screenshots for likes. Kai is literally building futures from the ground up. And when people say, why would a Twitch streamer need that much money? This is why. He's not just breaking records, he's rewriting what being a creator really means. At first glance, Kai Cenat might seem like just another loud, funny internet personality. But when you peel back the layers, the allergic reactions, the lawsuits, the million-dollar decisions, and the stories he's never told on stream, you realize he's way more than a streamer. He's a cultural force. He created a word that landed in the dictionary. He turned childhood trauma into a brand empire. He rejected millions, built schools, revived lives, and still had time to dance with Chris Brown and act with Kevin Hart. And through it all, he's stayed real, clowning himself, giving back, and lifting others as he rises. In an era where fame fades fast and influencers come and go, Kai is playing a different game. He's not just chasing views, he's building legacy. One stream, one story, one shock at a time. So yeah, maybe you thought you knew Kai Cenat, but now, you really see him. And something tells me, this is only the beginning.